Alrighty, good morning, gang. Tea is in hand. Let's see what's going on today. I have not even looked yet. All right. Oh. UB at the top, stop around at the bottom. We're dead center in the middle. Nifty. Okay. Oh, I should probably get that window over there. Yeah, that'll work. All right, cool. So I'm just trading one account today. My copier is possibly an abandoned quest at this point, so I'm not going to bother with that this morning. I'm just going to trade my funded account, which has seen a little bit of damage this week. So yeah, I'd like to get a little something today, but I don't want to go pushing my luck too hard or anything. I know it's Wednesday, it's inventory day. Lee hates inventory days, etc. I don't really find for this particular time of day seems to make any difference. But let's see if today is any different. We are pushing up here before the open. UB at the top, so I'm liking that the top could be in play. We are above max delta, so clearly the buyers are taking control and wanting to run with it. But we got 40 seconds to go before the open. So I'm going to be a good boy and wait. We got UB at the top of the current pullback bar. Not that that's really super duper significant, but if this were just, the session or whatever, I'd be inclined to think, yeah, we may not be done pushing up yet. So we'll see if that carries over into the new RTH session. It's kind of looking like it's gonna. Well, let's find out. Go 5 seconds. We're starting to bubble up a little bit. Yeah, we're pushing higher. Okay. All right. Some energy to the upside. Yeah, I like a continuation if we push higher. Although we got UB at both ends right here, so. But if we push further, then although I'm sort of tempted to go down here, it's not able to go lower. I'm going to go ahead and do it there because I can get out like that. So, a couple of ticks given up there, but that stab down didn't get any follow through. Wow. Okay. But UB on both sides, so I'm not doing anything right this instant. Max delta's just below. Gosh, do we maybe stab down, give us a nice little price rejector, and then turn around? That would be sweet. But nope, doesn't look like it for now anyway. Are we gonna continue? Oh, there's the push down. Okay. Somebody just got run over. Oh, push, push, push. Okay. Almost a price rejector. Now we have a price rejector. Okay. Delta. All right. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and get long here. If we break lower, it's got UB now.
Here is where?
Oh, sorry. 71.20. All right. And price rejector. Nope. I'm out. Forget it. Oh, come on. Get out. All right. Yep. So much for that. That's right. I don't have my chart up that has my entry points on it. All right. Well, we are not really heading down. That's the thing. It's kind of just not a lot of conviction or anything, although, yeah, okay. All right. UB at 71.12. I'm going to go ahead and get short here for a move towards the low. I think that is in play, and we're pushing. Good, good, good. All right. And now it's a price rejector. I'm going to go ahead and protect it at a tick. Now we have UB. Good. We're still pushing. All right, great. So we're pushing lower. Price rejector again. It's one of these days. These are my least favorite. Where, yeah, I'm out for a tick. So, push down and then no follow through and then come back and then push and then no follow through and come back and, move 6 ticks, come back and move 6 ticks, come back. Just, blech. All right. Well, feels like the low ought to be in play, but min delta if overnight seems to be the edge of this high volume node, obviously, at the low here, 7103 is obviously held for now, but doesn't have a clean bottom at all. So if I were going to get short, would I want to front run the zero prints? Maybe that could be interesting. Doesn't really feel like it's got the energy to do that right now, but pullback bar's got UB in it, so could go higher. We've got this negative delta here. We've got some passive sellers right overhead of that, just in front of the zero prints. Does kind of look like it might want to do it. I'm going to go ahead and front run those zero prints. Throw a short on at 7124. But I don't know if I'll get it. And I like that it's the edge of the high volume node here, edge of the distribution, and also the zero prints. And it's kind of having a tough time. Maybe. Will give it to me? Yeah. It's not really able to do it. We don't have a price rejector in the pullback bar, but for the pullback bar, just not a price rejector can be enough sometimes. All right, we're just kind of filling out this volume distribution now. Just ebbing and flowing. In delta again overnight. Also a significant delta right here at the session. In the RTH session, I mean. It's our high volume edge at the moment. Okay. Can we ebb and flow back on up? Maybe get me a fill? It is feeling heavy. It's just kind of bobbing around down here. No direction other than a general seems to be looking lower. But I don't really want to get in after it has already started to move. I want to get in up here, the zero prints. Come on. If it'll give it to me. There we go. Maybe. Yes. Okay. I am short 7124. The zero prints as yet not filled in. There they are. Okay. They filled in the zeros. And what do we get? We immediately reversed. Wow. Look at that. Okay, great. I am going to go ahead and protect. Now, filled in the zero prints. Can we get some follow through to the downside? Okay, here's the edge. Go ahead and protect behind these big deltas here at 7112, just in case it decides it wants to just continue ebbing and flowing in the high volume node range. Which it looks like it might do, unless the sellers step on it right here. Okay, I'm out. And now, are you going to ebb and flow back up again? We've got UB at the top of the pullback bar, so it didn't fill those zero prints super cleanly. Would have been really sweet if it had done that. Maybe gotten right to this max overnight delta or something at 7128-ish and price rejected or something right there. But it did not do that. So not a super clear pullback bar to read. And it's trying to push lower, but not doing it terribly well. And it inching its way back up again. But just no energy right now. It's all just disappeared. We had some nice aggression on that move down, and then just nada. Okay, we've got some passive sellers here at this max delta, the pullback bar at 71.19. They appear at the moment to be holding us down. Deltas are orderly in the session, so sellers are firmly in control. But we're not really doing anything yet. Okay. A little more energy to the downside. That got a little tiny bit energetic, but then kind of nothing. But feels like somebody's trying to start leaning on it to the downside. It's having a hard, yeah, it seems to be having a hard time going up. Okay, that's some considerable delta here. Min delta is where I am right now at 71.10. Okay, we pushed a little bit higher up into the delta range. We're back into the high volume node. All right, but we have established there's a good amount of interest down here because min delta has moved down there. So we've got some sellers down there, but there's some buyers too, obviously. And right now, they're doing their job and holding things up. Right on the high volume node. Really like to see it get up to the top edge of it where I had entered before. Maybe. Okay, here we go. I want to see what happens at these deltas. And what happens is it looks like the sellers are keeping it from going higher. I'm going to go ahead and throw a short on there at 71.22. I like that it's the edge of the high volume node. Price keeps trying to go higher through the blue deltas, the positive deltas, and it just kind of can't do it. That's where the zero prints were before, and we ran out of gas and came back down. So I like that for a possible move to our overnight low if the structural setup is going to play out. All right, looking pretty decent, but no real energy or aggression or anything. It's just sort of hanging out. Hello. Okay, we pushed up top of the pullback bar, and looking at. Okay, there we go. There's some passive sellers coming in, and some more. This is what's got a hold is these deltas here at 71.31 in that area. And so far, so good. All right. So right at overnight max delta at 71, what is that, 29? Looks like the sellers have appeared. Oh, nice. Okay, some energy to the downside. Got us right back to my entry again. Now, can we keep it going? There's some aggressive buyers here, but can we get below them? All right, there. Ooh, nice push down. Okay. Now, can we get follow through out of this? is the big question. Come on. Okay, there's a tie for Min Delta right here. Oh, now it's gone, but buyers are trying to hold it here, but not succeeding. They appear to be getting run over. All right, here we go. And there's some energy to the downside. I'm going to go ahead and protect this. Okay, we're at the lower edge of the high volume node. There we go. Come on, sellers. Foot on gas now would be sweet. There we go. Okay. We're testing that min delta, which is tied again. We're pushing beyond it. Can we hold it, or are the buyers going to step up here? Are the buyers still here? There's passive buyers. Sort of looking like it. Absorbing a little bit. Nothing big, but well, they are holding us up, but looks like the sellers are trying to keep hammering it down. And failing, apparently. Come on. Okay. Ooh, nice. All right. Good. Some more energy to the downside. Min Delta has moved. So sellers are firmly in control now. Looks like maybe this is it. We're going to finally break this edge and ledge. Challenge the low. Targeting the overnight low. Come on. No. And again, we're back. Oh, nope. Min Delta has, oh, Min Delta keeps moving. Yeah. We'll sweep to the upside, but not very far. It was like 3 ticks. Mm. Mm. Come on, right here. We've got the overnight min delta right here at 72.12, or sorry, excuse me, 71.12. And there's decent delta on the current session as well. This whole chunk here, this whole area. Here we go. Here we go. We're going to push now. Come on, come on, come on. Let's leave this range. So I feel like if we leave this range and head lower, we might really start to move. If this is going to be it for this distribution, and then we need to truck to build another one somewhere, that would be really sweet. If we can get a really nice fast push down through here, and there wasn't a ton of volume down here or anything like that at all overnight. So it could. We've got those zero prints down here. I'm eyeing those down at the overnight low. Come on. I like that each time it's ebbed and flowed, it has not been able to get up very high at all. It doesn't even really get to the middle of the high volume node before it gives up and heads lower. We're kind of having another distribution over here. If you sort of think of this as like one distribution here and then almost a new one here in the lower portion, if this were a little lower, more definition between them. Um, Kind of a mini double B, but need more volume right where it is now, 7210 ish, for that to really, like, if that was a nice big volume spike or something. But still, it's holding in the lower half of this high volume node, which I like. Okay, we're trying to push now, it looks like. Come on. Nope. Again, not ready to do it. Come on, push that ledge. Oops. Hmm. Trying to lift it higher. Got just over the middle of the high volume node, which is also today's POC. Yippee skippy. Yeah. I think it's going to take me. Yep, there it goes. All right, so whatever. Got a tick on that now. Mm. Okay. Whoa. Hello. Dang it. That was a nice down sweep that I wasn't in for. Yep. 10 minutes to go to B period. Okay. Wow. Whoa. Hello. Now sweep to the upside. All right. Yeah. Things are starting to get interesting. Oil has suddenly woken up. But pullback bar doesn't have a clean top. We do have all that negative delta overhead, but it's a ways off now. We'd have to push all the way through the high volume node to get up there. But I really would rather, if I was going to enter short again, I'd rather do it up there for sure. I mean, you could kind of lean on the delta here at 7119. That's a good amount of delta. But I don't like that it's not closer to the edge of the high volume node. I really would rather it be, up where I had entered before. Okay, trying to lift again. Max delta keeps moving around in the pullback bar. Okay, we've got some passive sellers sitting here now at 19. I just don't really want to enter in the middle of the high volume node. Oops, hello, not what I meant to do. Go away. That's better. All right. Okay, getting a little more up close to the edge here. It's kind of what I want to see. Push a little higher. God, I would love for it to push like a tick higher on the pullback bar, tie that up with a nice price rejector, and then give me a short entry right up here. Oh, that would be so nice. Okay, well, volume is kind of hitting the bid side. My little experimental pace of tape diamond here is telling me that the aggressive sellers are starting to amp up their activity. But that doesn't mean they have to win. That's not a short indicator, because they could be selling right into a passive buyer. So come on. Feeling like we're not going to get the 8 overnight proper today in A period anyway. It might happen in B period. Wouldn't be the first time for sure. Now we're starting to get energetic. A little bit of activity brewing. Sell side is still faster than the buy side. So the sellers are interested here, but they're not getting any real follow through or anything. Either they're not really being all that aggressive, or the buyers are absorbing whatever they're selling. And I don't see a lot of absorption going on. So I think there's just not a lot of aggression right now. Nobody is really itching to take this and do anything with it. Kind of want to try getting short again, just up at the edge of the high volume node, since it's not really been able to get up past that. But I feel like that's early, potentially early anyway. I mean, again, that pullback bar, if that were to want to resolve, give me a nice clean top. But I mean, this is an arbitrary time slice, right? The pullback bar. I have no way to know at any given time when the pullback bar is going to start and end. So the fact that there's UB there doesn't mean it has to go higher to complete it or anything. So, but I like that there's selling going on. And okay, there's a little bit of energy to the upside. Kind of want to get short at this edge, like right here. All right, it's 71.26-ish, right where it is right about now. I kind of like you, but I'm just really aware that it could just push all the way up. It could push up, 8 ticks, 10 ticks. And that would be no fun to sit through. So, okay, min delta though, just below us right now is stopping us. Okay, we're at my edge again. You know what? I am going to, oh, hello. I'm going to throw a short on right here at 71.27, edge of the high volume node. Kind of leaning on these deltas here at 71.28, 29, 30, that area. And then leaning on just the overall feel of down, that it has not had any energy to the upside. It's been more interest to the downside. Okay, we pushed up a couple of ticks. Oh, and we resolved my pullback bar. Hello. Price rejector. No, not quite a price rejector, only because it's lacking the opposing aggression. But that is what I was hoping might happen. Now let's see if that holds. Is that it? Are we done? I'm looking at all this negative delta here above me. Okay, max delta is right where I'm at. And pullback bar is holding at the moment. We still don't have that opposing aggression. Wonder if we'll get it. Form a nice proper price rejector here. That would be sweet. Nope. All right. We're pushing up a little bit. But okay, here's my deltas. I'm looking at these are my protection. And so far they are protecting. Okay, 2-minute warning to the equities opening. Let's go ahead and get that up. All right. And oil is still holding there. Oh, contested deltas now. Interesting. Okay, come on. Oh, okay. That push up was quickly met with a push down. So okay, we're a minute out from B period in oil. And I will be handing things over to Jeff when he wants to take the helm. Whoa, deltas are, wow, hello. The deltas just went totally crazy, moving all over the place. All right, min delta is now right where I'm at. Max delta is overhead. So I'm right about, oh, okay, sweep the downside. I'm going to hang in there. Hold on.
I sent you a message in the text. You just haven't seen it yet.
Sorry. Yeah, no problem. Going to yes, yeah, for sure.
You up for it?
Yeah, go right ahead. Take the wheel.
Oh, no, you didn't see the text.
Oh, sorry. I mean, I could. How are you feeling? Are you feeling like you would want to?
I can do it. Yeah. Yeah, I can do it. You were just on a roll, so I figured I'd let you roll.
Yeah, I'm just, if this trade will play out, but it's kind of right. Okay, this is it. I gotta fish or cut bait, as they say.
There's the equities. Yeah, it's an interesting equities open. It
Ooh, hello.
Is. Yeah.
CL is pushed. Wow. CL has just totally pushed all the way back down into and past my entry. That was interesting.
Lots of volatility here.
All right. So got kind of one eye on ES, but the open is always tough for me because it can do all kinds of crazy games. Oil is, God, I just want my trade to play out. Come on. Am I really asking so much? We've built out a second distribution in oil now.
Very sweepy open 5 in the equities.
Yeah, for sure. Yes.
And it's not correlated well. So
it's trying to stab upwards, but yeah.
Yeah, I've been short all night, but not here. You know, it needs to be up at 50 or 46 or I'm talking about an ES.
Yeah.
And I'm not scalping this long at the moment. It's just too whiffy, but that might change. If it breaks above 40 here, that might change. I might join it for a while. But anyway, how's your trade working out? Where's it at?
It's still it's underwater a little bit right now, but it's every time it pushes up, it sort of takes 30 seconds to push up 6 ticks, and then it comes back in 3 seconds. So there's significantly more energy, aggression, whatever on the downside, but it's just not getting up and going. It's just ebbing and flowing. Hey, there's a rhyme. So we've got the max delta here at 71.38 right now, held very nicely. We got up there. We got a little bit of absorption going on. And then we just immediately came right back down through the delta range, and we're trying to push the low of it, but it's just not picking up and going. Yes. Similarly is not really picking up and going. It's just hanging out. And just bobbing around. Come on, oil.
Interestingly, the indexes are all down and oil is up slightly. That could be part of your trade coming too.
Yeah.
They tend to be tend to be pretty well correlated. Yeah, now it's negative too. So yeah,
Yep.
they tend to be well correlated. That particularly when movement in the equities is economic nonsense related, like it is right now.
Which everything is right now. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, I agree. Amy's posted looking to keep a small short on. I've been doing the same thing because there's just so much inventory up here in the equities, but you got to really manage risk because they've been running stops at the highs too. So, just a comment if you're playing this open, I like it short, but the potential to get run over is there. Unless it's 48 or 45 or even 42, but right here it's just not a good spot. There is absorption here, though, just to put a spin on it the other way.
Mm-hmm.
You have inventories coming too for oil at 7:30. So,
yep. Yeah, I absolutely don't want to be in this beyond this period for sure. And I don't want to be in this anywhere near that long even. I just want this trade to do its thing, which it's not really doing right now. But it's not, breaking down and falling apart on me either. It's just sort of, but it is threatening to in this high volume node. But
you said you had early your trading didn't go well earlier in the week. I've been out sick, so I haven't been watching the news. What happened?
Nothing major. I just, had a couple of crappy down days. I got too aggressive on Monday, first thing out of the gate, and hit my daily limit on the first in A period in oil, and fell back on old bad habits and scaling it. I added a second contract, and I was playing with more than I should have. But I've been so focused on my copier. I was trying to get that to work, and it was going sideways and being weird. And it's just it's been a big distraction trying to get that to work. But it's one of those projects that it keeps looking like I've cracked it. Like finally, okay, here we go. It's working. It's doing its, and then I'll in real world usage, I'll discover, oh crap, it doesn't work, and there's why. Okay,
I gotcha. Yeah.
And it's at the point now where I have probably explored all the limitations of what Sierra spreadsheets can do, and I'm concluding that I don't think this is going to fly.
Yeah, I kind of figured. Short squeezes are real. Yes, Amy. I think we're about to see a short squeeze to the north here in the ES. It's sure setting up like it's going to do that. It's trading 40 right now. And I popped to 45, 46 could happen really fast. Would I immediately short that? No, but it certainly would be an interesting place to start nibbling micros anywhere above here, basically. We had some wicked short squeezes last night. ES had a couple of 10-pointers, and you don't see that very often. They would pukes, basically. It would just take a level out and just sweep 5, 6, 8, 10 points, without a significant pullback. Looks like it might be about to do it again, but there are sellers up here. We're trading 40.75 right now. Oh, we can switch to my screens if you want to watch this stuff. I don't have oil up though.
I'm happy to hand it over to you. In fact, actually, today is my other half's birthday, so that was my plan. Was after my trading, I'm going to go make her breakfast. So,
all right, you got to make me the host before you do that.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Do you want to change? Yes, I want to change.
Okay.
All right, and my trade is now finally working. Yay!
Of course, that's how it always works.
Exactly.
Are you seeing my my main screen?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, this is the short squeeze we're about to get. We're actually getting it. It's just doing it slowly. So I'd love to get short up here, but I'm not going to be a hero at all. This is going to have to come to me. Let's see. Where's that? I need to bring up my footprint so you guys can see it. And of course, auto preview gets turned off. There it is. Okay. So yeah, we got higher to go, but I just don't want to be long up here. It's whipsaw city. But I think we could definitely see a short squeeze, which could be interesting to sell into after it's over, So maybe, you could think long here, but there were a lot of down sweeps. It's kind of subsided. So maybe we'll just blow the top here and go with that. Um, like I said, I'm not long for that reason. I was seeing a lot of sweeps. There's one down. Yeah, it's just too sweepy downside. You're risky down to like 37.5, which is the bottom of the range. So not a spot to really try to play aggressively either way. On the other hand, if we can blow the lid here and then, consolidate, that could be an interesting place to sell. There's definitely inventory up there. There has been for a while. So from 46.50 to 47.20 should get sold. So, and there's also FYI, there is a weak poor high right over us here. Let me go grab that and bring it over here so we don't have to change screens. You can see it's right there. So I'd love for that to get taken out and make a nice, clean, symmetrical profile. Then I might be interested in shorting it. But as long as it's kind of agitated both ways, I really don't like the long. But this is definitely a long setup. I mean, if you haven't seen that already, you should be seeing that. It's going up and it's a ledge. Well, it's not quite the ledge yet, but for the session, it is. For the overnight, it's not. This is the overnight ledge up here, and for the session, we're on it right here. So it's kind of grinding out. What else is new? The shorts are at risk here. I'd love to be squeezing them too. We'll probably see a puke up pretty good here in a minute. There we go. There's the beginning of it. But it's getting absorbed, that it's all getting sucked up. So I want to be on the other side of this trade, but not yet. There's 50. Let's watch 50. Maybe we'll watch 47. Let it kind of come up there and see what happens. So it's trading 43.5. I've got short orders at 47 quarter and 49 3/4, just because I'm sitting on where there's some liquidity, other liquidity, and it's kind of a natural extension if we blow the top there at 44.5 or 46 for the overnight. So, but again, yeah, you could definitely go long here. Ledges always break. I just like to play these the other way when it's this volatile. You guys have seen that from me before, particularly since I'm getting over being sick and I'm trying to stay real focused. My energy is limited, so I don't want to have to be long and then reverse into a short quickly. That takes dexterity that I probably don't have this morning. But this is definitely a decent move up here. So yeah, see, that's what keeps happening. They're sweeping down into it, particularly NQ is. So yeah, you just couldn't really justify the risk to stay long here, but that ledge probably will go. I'd love to see it go and fill me up here. Maybe we'll put one right there too. Those are the micros. So I just added one at 47.25. That would be between the top and the overnight. So I'd kind of be front running the blow if I did that. And if it comes up real quick, I'd probably cancel that one. But there's other liquidity right there. Mr. Liquidity is there. So we'll see. Volume remains low, and that, we're at 200,000 only now at the open. It is holiday volume, so multi-directional trading is likely when the volume's low. If I'm playing a bigger book, I'll just keep pushing it as hard as I can each way, and that's what I'm sure is going on here. Over in people that don't know what they're talking about country, you'll say, oh, there's lots of algorithms running. No, actually, the algorithms run when the volume is high and they can protect against risk. This is probably live traders slinging some money. Algorithms generally don't play in volatility at the open, despite popular belief. Algorithms depend on predictability. That's the whole idea, right? So that doesn't mean they don't trade in volatility, but they don't. This kind of volatility, you would see a whole bunch of energy right when the ledge breaks. That could be algorithmic stuff, and it could be happening right now. Now, sold into a little more there. Anyway, so I'll just keep an eye on this. Again, if it pops up high, we should get a decent squeeze, sell a few into that, and see if we can catch it the other way. You could go long into that same event. That's just as legitimate, in some ways more legitimate, but I explained why I'm playing it this way. This one right here at 45.25 is probably too early because it's just above the session. Doesn't quite get us to the overnight, but it's a micro. I'm kind of tiptoeing my way in. It's a nibble. Obviously, up here is much more interesting area. And remember that weak high is right above us. I'd love to see a clean, top to 60 even. So, this doesn't mean I just short it and sit short up here. You know what? I'm going to cancel that one and I'm going to see if I can get in line higher up. So maybe 55. Yeah, I'm 143 in line all the way up there. That's interesting. That's one of the reasons I like to put those probe orders in just to kind of watch where I am and if it changes. Okay, their NQ is about to blow, so is RTY. Those two are about to take out the highs. That should pull ES too. So let's see what happens. And again, if I get filled up here, that's cool. I could be wrong doing that, but it'll be a fun one anyway. Let's throw one more order up there. So my orders are right on the overnight high or right above it, basically. So I'm looking for it to push the overnight high, and then that should be it, hopefully. Again, playing the odds that area will at least pause. That's all I'm doing. This is one of my favorite fades. You guys have seen me do this exact same thing over and over again. So, all right, so there we go. We are high of the session. We took out the session ledge. We have not gotten the overnight yet. A little bit of a price rejector on the pullback. It should get the overnight, but that was a reasonably clean top. We clean now. We're right on that spot where right where the TPO. It's still actually ticks above us. So yeah, let's just let this. Let's see how this cleans up here. If volume develops up here, then I'm going to get out of the way. But if this just gets really, lots of just nothing, small amounts of volume, and just spikes up, then I'm exactly where I want to be to nibble short into it. Okay, it should happen right now. Let's see. Come on, give me a long, skinny spike up is what I want. I don't want a lot of volume. Stops runs is what we're looking for to fade them, basically. Here we go. Now this is going to go higher. I'm not getting filled, though. Interesting, not yet. Okay, I got one. So, and I'm running my trade copier. It is working. Okay, this trade is profitable already. Let's get one of them off just to protect it. I'm looking for like 3 to 7, 8, 10 ticks. We got 3 on that one. Let's protect it. Maybe we can ride it down, maybe not. Okay, we got 6 ticks on the second try. I'm going to try to reload this short again. I'm not looking for runners just because it's risky, but the bottom could drop. That was a perfect place to fade into that, as you can see. I think I'm only copying to one account. But you should see trade. So basically, every time I trade, you should see like 4 confirmations go by. But I might be copying the 2 accounts. I'm not going to look right now. I will look in a second. I'm in the middle of watching what's happening here. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I am copying to 2 of my other accounts. So. Anyway, boy, I'd love to add some more short here. It looks like that could be it. Let's throw one on if we can get it right there. Not getting filled. Damn it. Tried to use limit orders. I should have marketed it in there at 45.5, and now it's going to drop, and I don't want to be short down here. So that was poor execution. That should have been a market order, but I'm being cautious. Okay, now I should get another shot at that. 45 would be a nice place to have a short on here. It's right where the volume is or isn't. Come on. Okay, we got that one. So let's see. This is a great spot for like the MISO micro. You can't really think in terms of movement. You got to think in terms of dollars. So, $20, $25 worth of micro option risk here makes some sense between here and 60. So if that one fills, I'll take it. Okay, this one I don't know if I want yet, but it's really in a good spot in line. So anyway, I'm short from 46 now with 2 micros, and this is either the edge of the range or it's going to keep going up. So, I'm going to scale in and out around it. We'll take some profit off here if it pulls back a little bit like I did last time. And it swept down pretty hard last time, so there could be a potential for some good movement here, but I'm not going to expect it. Yeah, 50 is a big fat whole number above, Amy. Absolutely, you are correct. And we're volatile here, so if you watch the footprint, there's a price rejector, so it still wants to go up. But we took out the overnight high. So, this could just be absorption up here. We'll see. It's awful blue. So that's what we want to see. That's absorption unless we keep going, So anyway. All right. Do we want to add another one here? I'm short 2 from 46. It's trading 47.5. Got an order at 49.75. I will let that one fill, but I'm not going to add to this besides that. I'd rather take one off and keep a little profit and add higher up. So let's see if we can do that. Oh, I have an order here to take one off at 45.25. That would be another 3 ticks on my average so far. These have been profitable. There we go. That should fill in a second. If I'm right, should be leaning good. Okay, that filled. I'm still short one. I'm going to protect that with a stop at 45.75 where I just filled. Now I'm getting my down move, but boy, not by much. It's bouncing. So you can see where my stop is, 45.5. I'm short from 47. It's now trading 44.5. I'm going to move that down to 45 to lock in more because it is bouncy. But I am definitely on the right side of the trade short here. There we go. Now it's 42.75. Again, moving that stop down and it got filled. Okay, that was pretty. We actually got 3 points on that last chunk. So thank goodness the copier got that. Micros add up when you're copying, Anyway, this is really jittery here. I've been on the right side of it, but I feel like I might have been pushing my luck a bit here. I don't want to just be short. I've got that order sitting there to be short at 49.75, right under big fat hole number. I'd be happy if that fills. That would be just one more ledge blow, basically, to the upside. One more short squeeze, which isn't out of the question. So that's in a good spot. Might not be a bad idea to try to get one closer than that, maybe 47.75, like right there, 47.5. That's where we broke down from after we took it out. You can see the volume right there. So those are 2 good spots to be short again. Down here, we're heading into POC, VWAP. This is where we have found values. So, and there's a sweep up, a couple of big sweeps up. I just don't want to be short into that, but I don't want to be long either. Obviously, the trade for me so far on the short side has been the correct trade, even though you easily could have played it long and short. Anyway, so that's the scoop there. Let's just kind of let this quiet down a little bit. We are not quite at the top of A period yet. So, it would be fun to look at. Let me see what's going on in internal land. Well, that's interesting. So this is what the internals look like. I'll try to kind of slide this over some of these. Volume down volume. It's too early to use that one. Advanced decline is right on 0, after a big down day and then an up day that kind of cleaned it up. And the tick is kind of right on 0 too, but it's more positive than negative if you're using cumulative tick. So, this doesn't look like the bottom is going to fall out. It kind of looks balanced. And then I'm going to look at the heat map, and the heat map says pretty much the same thing. You can see, Tesla's up. This is all the indexes together. If I just show the SPOOs, Tesla's really the only thing up. Oracle, nothing is dominantly one way or the other. Tesla is the only thing, and it's up, 4.5%. But I don't really pay any attention to Tesla. It's just a distraction in my view. So this could be an interesting short yet again, but it's just too risky a spot to put it on. RTY wants to play the other end of its range, as does YM, which is very interesting. Because the other 2 are at the top of their range. So if that continues, this could be more of a short right there because of that. So you can see this is YM. It's blowing its lows. RTY just took its out. Boy, NQ starts to do that. I may join short here in ES because, boy, 42, this could be a perfect spot. Let's see if we can get one. All right, I just put one on at 42.25 just because of what I was just looking at. That may not be right and wrong, but it looks like those lows are in jeopardy or at least getting tested. So this is a more risky short than the one I was doing at the other end of the range, but it's got a good case for it. So We'll see if we can grab some points. I'm going to try to get 4 ticks first. So that's right there, 41 and a quarter. It's 42 and a quarter is where I'm short from. I'm probably going to have to give this a little bit of room up to maybe 45 before, to take that much heat. Because, all right, so there's that thin area again. Let's see if we can put one more on at 45. So basically what I'm trying to do is get shorter into the range if those two continue to break down. If they hold their lows, then I'm probably wrong about that. See if we can add one at 45. We got it. Okay, so now this gets interesting. If it breaks back down here, we can kind of scale out of it. We can scale a little more into it up there. So now we kind of have a decent little range play on here. I'll reset the footprint and we can watch it. It's got to really blow the high for this to be wrong. And that could happen. Don't get me wrong. A short squeeze could start here. I could be offsides and I'll get out of the way. But at the moment, I'm not really concerned about that. Let's watch the footprint just to keep an eye on what's happening there. It's not that one. Come on, zoom. Where's my other EP? There it is. Okay. So you can see, we're above max delta. Buyers in control here. We might not want this one, but how far will they push it? Good question. It's definitely potential for a short squeeze right now to take the high out. Let's see if it's going to do that. And we'll get one more on the way if it starts to do it, and then one more when it does it. I'm going to cancel that one up there. That was just a probe to see where I was in line. Yeah, here come the sellers again. So, yeah, this is getting absorbed is my read. So I like being short, but clearly, I'm taking a little heat and I'm giving it some room, which you pretty much got to do. That's why one reason I'm in the micros is just, doing this with the minis right now with all this motion would be nauseating. You'd need seasickness pills, or there's just no way to manage risk is the bottom line. You'd have to have a huge account to make that make sense. And, for any sort of evaluation or whatever, it really wouldn't. Even one of the 15 contract ones or whatever. Okay, we could be about to take this out here again. Let's watch it. Again, I'm not really concerned about that. I'm playing the dollar risk again. And at this point, it's like $50, actually like $40. Like $30. It's not much. So, the potential to keep putting profits up is good, but it also, I could end up really offsides. I don't think that's the case. This doesn't have the energy like it's just going to blast off, but you never know. So RTY is back in the middle of the range. It held its low, as did YM. So that could be the thing. All right, we got that other one there, so that's good. So now we'll just see, do we want him? That's right at 50. Yeah, that's actually the best spot. If that goes, then I'm just plain wrong. So $50 to there, and we'll take that one, and then we'll see what happens. It's kind of really the only good idea about how to trade this. All right, so we're right back up at the top of the range. Let's see if we can make higher highs or not. NQ just did, barely. So a very interesting spot. I mean, you can see it's an inflection zone right there at 47 and a half. I'm tempted to add one more, but I don't want to get really offside. So, I'm not going to do it, but that would make me just about at this price, and load it up with one more. That would kind of double my risk of a blow of the top. And I just don't want to take that. I still think it's going to work. I think this will be a profitable trade. I like the way it's working, but I'm going to be more aggressive taking them off coming down. So, we'll get one off right away, and that'll get us profitable right here. And come on, fill that one. Darn, I didn't get a fill. I'm trying. Come on, I'm trying to get it down to 2. There we go. All right, now we can ride this down if I'm right, and we'll take another one off and protect it. All right, so we've got FET. We had $10 in the bank, and now we have locked it. So, again, take profits quickly. Don't let those things go wrong. I've made $100 so far, guys, just doing that with micros, by taking small dollar-oriented risks and not letting the motion, mess with my brain. And the problem is you can't do that in the minis unless you have an enormous account. I mean, you know, think of this as I'm trading 350s roughly, the risk I'm running, you know, so I'm running the risk of a 50 times three, but not additive, just across, you know, they're in parallel. And, you know, if I was doing that with minis, it wouldn't even make sense if I was trading like a 10 or a 15 lot size account. To do that with the minis, because you would continually be taking heat, and when you're wrong, you'd have to book that heat. And the beauty of doing it in the micros, again, this is a skill you've got to practice. If you treat it as a dollar risk, as you would buying a call or a put, it makes the model instantly make sense. But it only works on micros because you can think in dollar terms and not worry about ticks. You cannot do that in the minis. I have tried for decades. It's not possible in the minis. You must think of them in terms of ticks to protect yourself, because when you get beyond 6 or 7 ticks in the minis, you are in trouble, and you have to respect that. And if it goes above 10, then, you know, your model shouldn't consistently allow you to be 10 ticks wrong. If it does, then your model's sloppy. But in MES, some of the best trades I have, you know, have 25, 30 tick MAEs, because I've been scaling in and out of them. You know, it took 10 entries to get a really good average, you know, which is one mini. So that's the point here. And then my short would still be working, obviously, but again, it's always take profits under these conditions. What are the odds it blows this top and at least gets to 50 or 60? Really, really high right now. So, you know, I would have been all the way scaled into that, and it could do it from right here. And I, you know, trying to get a few more ticks out of my short, I end up totally offsides. So don't do that, and don't do this with minis. Do it with more micros. That's the trick. But don't use it, you know, to average in. Your idea of the trade has to still be valid. You can't do it just to be averaging your entry. You saw I just had an opportunity to do that, and I didn't do it because it would have created more risk than I could stomach for that trade. The dollar risk went up too much. And if you don't understand what I said, go back and watch the recording from 3 minutes ago. I just explained it. Critical point. Yeah, there's a bunch of interesting stuff going on the structure. So we look like we could be taking out the low again. RTY is kind of heading down there. I'm really tempted to maybe throw another one on right here, because now it looks interesting to do that. And then it sweeps up 7 ticks as I'm saying that. That's why I'm not playing the middle. Boy, are we getting a number? What do we got? Consumer confidence is coming, and it's B period. Okay, so let's let this play for a minute and then join the game. God damn it, Zoom, where is my one I want to put up here? It's that one. Okay, so wow, look at all the absorption up here. But no price rejector, and a price rejector north on the pullback. We could go a lot higher. Okay, now I'm really interested in another ledge break, long, and then a short. This time I might play it long, except I'm late. Yeah, if I was going to play it long, I wanted it from 45, so I'm not going to chase this long. But this one I would have played long. This is a really clean ledge break coming up here. And I'm going to hopefully get filled at my 49.75, but if I don't, okay, we did. I took another one up there, so now I've got 2 right there at 49.50. I'm going to immediately take profits on the first one. I did. We'll protect the second one. And see, this is what I mean. Oh, whoa, that one filled instantly too. Hello. All right, those were 2 $15 winners. I'm about to try another one, I think, here. Let's see if we can catch another push up. That was a beautiful one. Getting absorbed, but it's got a lot of energy. All right, I just took the market for another one, and I'm going to see if I can get a little bit more on a push up. Meanwhile, we'll have it take profits the other way. There's another 6 ticks. Wash, rinse, repeat. This is like my favorite stuff. If you haven't figured that out, even though I've been in bed sick for 4 days, I'm having too much fun doing this. We're up almost $212 here, guys, with 2 lots and 3 lots of micros. It's just too much fun. Not taking money risk, trading, making money all at the same time. That is, to me, is the holy grail of trading. Whoa, there's some down sweeps. Yeah. Not going to join it because it's going to upsweep too. It has been. But I like where my orders are at 8.25 and 9.75 here, and I'm gonna maybe try to get another one right around 47. That's the bulge right there. So if we can get a fill there, that's low risk. I might take the market. We got it. Okay. So now I've got one from 46.75 short again. It's already in profit. I'm going to try to protect it. No. All right. We took 4 ticks on that one. Wash, rinse, repeat. Ka-ching. I am having too much fun. Yeah, exactly, Amy. That's exactly what I do. But you really got to think in terms of dollar risk if you're doing that, not tick risk. And it's dangerous to teach yourself that because over in the mini, in ES, you have to be thinking in tick risk all the time because it's just, there's too many algorithms there that are way too smart to not do it. And you can have the right idea, be short at the right place, get run over by 15 ticks, and then go to your target after your, account's wiped out. Happens all the time in ES. In the micros, by defining where the dollars are that you're willing to risk, then you say, hey, I'm playing for $30. I don't care what it does tick-wise. It can sweep all over the place. $30 is how much? It's like dropping it in a slot machine. I'm going to grab another one short here at 40. I got 45.75. I took the market there just because looks like we might get a drop down, and I've got orders above if we sweep up to fill. But I think a little drop down to 42 here would really quick one. So I've got a target down there just so I would definitely want to get filled if it did that. It looks like I'm going to add another one here. Nope, not yet. So I've got orders at 8.48 quarter, 49.75. I'm short from 5.75. With a micro, I've got a target down at 250, 42.50, but I think I'm going to move it up here into this drop and take profits right there. Let's see if we can get a quick 4 or 5 ticks. Not yet. If I don't, then it's going up more than down, and I want to get off of it. So let's fill that. Good. Okay. So we got some more ticks in the bank. It's a little too bidirectional here to just stay short, but it's probably going to go down pretty aggressively since I just took that one off. But you can see I've got orders. Any pop-up I want to sell into here. I'll definitely take 47 again. That one worked. Good trades work right away. Every one of these has worked within the first minute. I mean, the average time I've been in trades, 38 seconds, 7 seconds, 11 seconds. That one I was sitting in that I scaled into, we were in that for 4 whole minutes. Before that, 2 minutes, 24 seconds, 3 seconds, 36 seconds, 24 seconds. You get the idea. This idea is working. If I get a good entry, it works right away. If I don't and I scale into it, it takes a little longer. But so far, it's a better idea than being long, right? At least for me. So what's going on? YM is trying to get through its high. That's interesting. Meanwhile, NQ's in the middle. ES still looks like it wants to go higher, but it's not, unless all 4 of them join it, I don't think it's going to happen. If we see RTY up at its initial balance high, so far anyway, in other words, the top of the session, which is 22.03, 04, that area or higher, then I think that ES could blow the roof and we could get some fills up here in the 50 or better area. So that's an interesting idea to watch. That's on the, on the other side. Would I trade long to that? Probably not, because I think if it happens, it'll happen kind of suddenly, and you might not get a lot of warning to get long with that. But maybe we'll see. On days like this, I do much better being a contrarian, but being really patient where I fade it, and hopefully that makes sense. If you just fade willy-nilly, you'll get crushed. But if you really think it through, okay, if that one goes and there's 500 guys off sides, that'll push it to here. That's what I'm doing. I'm looking at the volume and saying, okay, for example, these 3 short orders, for them to get run over, we would need massive volume at the high. That's possible, but really unlikely. But look how far off the trade I am. I've got to wait almost 10 points to get my first fill. And that's waiting for ace king. That's being patient. Even though it looks like it wants to go down more, the FOMO trader would say, I got to get short here. It's dropping. Well, we had that opportunity. We already took profits on it, but now it's too risky, particularly in the low volume node here that it's in, right on the VWAP, which I don't care about, but it's there. For that reason alone, it's notable. I don't know where the POC is here. It's probably the same. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's right above us. So anyway, and those are the session ones, by the way. And again, I don't really use them for much, but what I just said, I use them for reference points. Like, is this roughly value? Yeah, we're just above roughly value. So not a great place to be short or long. That's what averages are good for. That's what VWAP is. I continue to be baffled by the people I see pushing trading models based on a volume weighted average. You literally cannot have an edge with that. By definition, it's volume weighted averaging. How can there be an edge in that? But whatever. If you look at it historically, it looks really predictive because guess what? It's a volume weighted average. Of course, it's going to look predictive. That's what they do. It's hysterical. Well. This is one spot I really don't like. Where are we on time? Let's see, this thing, I'm out of touch here. We start at 6 and we go to 7:30. So we've got the bottom of the hour to go. It's like another 22 minutes. Yeah. We might get a trade close to the bottom of B period, but right now we're not getting anything. Let's get the footprint back up and keep an eye on that. I think it's that one. Yeah. So the session just took out the overnight. It was right there. And B period, so, the B just took out A, which was predictable. We kind of watched that happen. But now there's a zero print below us. And, price rejector on A period at the other end. So, yeah, this is like, it couldn't be a cleaner version of the middle. Max delta is above us up at what, 40, call it 46.75. Min delta is way below us at 40 and a half, 40 and 3/4. I mean, literally, this is the middle of the middle. And from that point, it's the middle. So having an edge here would be difficult. Literally, we couldn't be more in the middle. I don't have a single thing on my screen that doesn't say you're in the middle. The LRCs say it, the volume says it, the deltas say it. My neighbor's cat who's here says it. We are in the middle. And this could be it for today. The holiday light volume, this could be the end of good trade ideas. Unless it gets really quiet, in which case, one tick drills are always fun. But I think the volume is still anemic. Let's see. Wow, we're still at 332,000 contracts, going into the initial balance. That's crazy low. And it is holiday week, and it will get lower and lower and lower, as we get toward Christmas Eve. Obviously, it does the same thing next week. I actually like trading this low volume. I love to scalp it, as I've told you guys over and over. But you got to just really be discriminating and wait for really good setups. Like here, we might have another one coming right now. If we can get up here and fill me, my short orders at 46.75 is the first one. Trade is 44.50 right now, so we're heading that way. I mean, it would be no brainer if that fills. It's a perfect spot to, the edge of the range. So, and there's liquidity around me. The liquidity guys are there, and also up around 50, which is where I've got another order at 49. I've got a good spot in line on all of these. At least halfway through the line, because those have been up there for a while. So why not? Let's see what happens. And again, this is micros, so it's going to be $1 kind of risk. I'm looking to be short up to 60, with these threes. That'll cost me $70 if I'm totally wrong. So let's at least get the first one and see what happens. Meanwhile, by taking these kinds of bets, we're up a couple of hundred on the day across 3 different accounts. Each one of them is up a couple hundred is what I mean when I say that. My trade copier is working really well. If you don't recall at the other sessions, I'm running everything through RT Trader Pro. Everything's a plug-in. Ninja plugs into it. Ninja is bridged to Jigsaw, which also plugs into it. And my trade copier is running in Ninja. So I'm actually executing here in Jigsaw, but the copier is copying everything because it bridges to Ninja just like Jigsaw does. So it's actually really efficient, and there's no lag. I've only had 1 or 2 trades where I had a tiny bit of slippage. Ooh, right where I am here. I'm going to take the market, and I'm not getting it. Damn it. Okay, I took a market order there, and now I'm going to get filled on my other one because there was just a lot of people there, and that's a good spot to try to grab a few first ticks. So I'm going to try to grab 2 or 3 ticks on the first one. I'm short 2 from 46 and a quarter here, and I'm about to get filled on my first one, which I did at 45.5. So now I can protect that. 46.50 I'm short from, it's 44.50. So we've got a really nice little move locked in, and we might just have caught the top. Okay, so we took profits again on the second one for 8 more ticks at 44. So again, those are no brainers. But I was in line up there forever, and then in the trade for 27 seconds. So that is exactly what you have to learn how to do if you want to trade this style of scalping. That's exactly the right way to do it. You couldn't ask for much better examples. I just put another one up on at 47, but it's way back in line. I still have my order at 48.25 and my order at 49.75 that are well in line. So let's see if we can't do that again on the push up into this low volume up here, which looks like we're going to get it. There's two things going on. It's both getting absorbed and pushed up. It's like this whole area up here is getting absorbed. Just look at all the blue. And, oh, wait, we got to fill there, and it's already profitable. Oh, I love this action. I mean, it's just, I'm picking up $5 to $10 bills in the micros, but since it's, on 3 accounts, it's adding up to some nice money. Okay. That was another, what do we get there? We got another $5, 10. That was 13 seconds. Oh, that's interesting. So on this one, there's a time slippage, but not a fill slippage. I was in the one that's leading for 3 seconds, and it took the other one 13 seconds to confirm the fill, but it did fill it at the same price. That's interesting. Okay, it looks like I have another opportunity to get short here. I just took one at the market at 47, sold at 46.75. We'll let that pull back too. Always take profits. I'm shorting. I'm trying to core short around, to scale into it in and out. That is exactly what I'm doing. So I'm trying to get another one here. That one that's been in line at 48.25. Let's see if we can get a fill on it. Would be nice. So far, it's really battling up here. So, and I am already short one, and I'm trying to be diligent and take $5 profits there again, because that's really $15. And I'm profitable. Let's see if we can get that one off, because it wants to go up here, I can tell. And okay, that was 3 ticks, not 4, but I took it because it really feels like it wants to blow this ledge, and I would love to sell into this. I'm going to get a few more orders in line there, 54.75, and let's get in line at 59.75. I already have one at 48.25 and 49.75 in line, and those are in good spots. Again, they've been there a long time. So let's see what we can do up here. Meanwhile, let's see what's happening. Okay, RTY is coming up. YM broke the top barely. NQ is doing nothing, and ES is trying to go with them. So as long as RTY doesn't lead, I'm happy playing this game. If you see RTY up at the top of the range here, that will be how we get to 60 or so, or at least to 50 in ES, probably to 60 if it can get up there and start going. So far, it's not happening, but it could happen in a heartbeat. We'll look at the heat map in a second again and see what's going on with RTY. Maybe something's leading there. Wouldn't be shocked if it's the pharmaceuticals again, but nothing is ever logical. Okay, this continues to be an inflection point right here at 47. Okay, I got filled on my good one in line, so that's a really good fill at 48.25. I will take profits on that one at 47.25 for a nice quick $5 again. And it looks like it's going to push up. Here we go. I got my other one. So now I just got to be careful not to get run over. I'm short 2 at 49. I want to take one off at 48. Then we'll see if the other one can run maybe a little lower than that. Okay, I did not get a fill. It traded there. I'm going to try 48.25. I'm right on what we're all doing the same thing here. So I got to be very good at getting the first part of this off so I don't get too run over if we pop up. But I do want more, so don't misunderstand me. I will definitely take that one up there at 54.75. Looks like we're going to blow this ledge. Here comes RTY. See, remember I said I thought that would be important. What's going on? I'm looking at the heat map and there is nothing leading except Tesla. Nothing has changed over there, guys. There's the below. That sure got going. Again, we're looking at dollar risk, not tick risk. This is $40 right now. That's fine. Totally happy with that. But I do want to get shorter here, so I might bring him down. And now it's absorbing right here. I need to see that footprint again. Where are you? Nice clean top. Let's take it here. Okay, so now I've got 3, and it's got to come down pretty hard, but it will, I think. Yeah, and here it does already. Okay, so that's working. But again, I need to take profits really quick here, like right around 50, 50 and a quarter. I've got to take one off. So this idea of, core short scaling around a core position, it works. You have to constantly be adding and removing, working the range to make that work. And again, you've seen me do this before. But this is a good spot. I might be in the right spot. I might need to add a little bit here, or it's just going to drop. But I'd love to get that one up there closer to 60. We'll get another order in line there at just above 55. Here it comes. Okay, so what we want to do is get the first 2 off pretty quick here if we can. And then if we get a runner, great, But the first 2 will be there. Here they come. Come on. Remember, it tapped me last time and I didn't fill, and that on that limit. So I'm cautious that I'm right where all the other buyers are, and that's dangerous. That's why we're doing it in micros, so we can play with this. Okay, there's a sweep down. One more of those, and we'll start taking them off here. That's a really good one to leave on for the moment. It's got a really good spot in line. I think I'm going to protect $10 of this right around 50, because I think 50 is going to go, but I don't want to be the guy sitting there not taking profits if it doesn't go, if it bounces off 50 up, which it might do here. So, but if I get filled, then we're in really good shape because 2 of those are much higher up. So here we go. Come on, right here. See, again, it's teasing me. It traded 1 tick above where I'm trying to start scaling out with my profits, and it's not letting me have them. Okay, I need to sweep down here. It looks like I'm going to get it. Nope. Price rejector on the pullback, but there's a 0 print right below me and another one way down there. So, this is just volatile, fun stuff. And like I said, it's my favorite stuff. Here we go. Now I'm about to get filled. No, again, wow. God, they really are working this 50 area. Let's reset that so we can watch it live. Tempted to add one more, but if I'm going to do that, it's got to be higher up. I can't do it here. It will get me profitable in a second, but the risk is too high that it's going to shoot up. I need to pull back just a few more ticks, and then we're going to take a couple off, and then we're in really good shape. Here it comes. Okay, come on, guys. Teased me 3 times. I'm right on the edge of the range here, you can see. So just a tiny move back into the previous range is perfect, and that should happen. I mean, it's trading here too aggressively both ways. I should at least see an effort to go into this low volume node where I'm taking profits. That should happen, but it hasn't yet. So the thing about thinking in bets that it's good to keep in mind is that they're just bets. Things should happen based on odds. They don't sometimes. That's the other odd. 80%, it's going to go into the low volume. Okay. 20% it isn't. Just learn to think that way. It makes this whole thing much easier. Don't think about money, particularly with the micros, because I'm playing this, dollar risk game. It's really easy to just watch the action and not even think about the money because, I already know how much I can lose. Okay, here we go. Now we're about to be, again, 4 times it teased me. If there's 4 times there's support there, don't believe any of that nonsense. I'm in exactly the spot everybody is, which makes sense. I should ultimately get filled here. This is low volume node. It needs to fill in. We won't just go up from here, but again, that we could go way up before it comes down and fills in, Things get orderly over time. In the short run, there's chaos. Get used to it. Okay, come on, fill me, darn it. Just to be diligent, I'm going to get all 3 of them right around the same spot and not be greedy. It'll be really profitable. I just won't have any shot at a runner, and that's okay. And here it comes right now, I think. Should be boom, boom, boom fills. Let's see. Okay, there's the first one. Come on. Okay, there's the first one. Let's get the other two off here because I don't like the bounce potential. Again, I just want to get out with my 5, 6, 8, $10. So I'm about to do. Okay, now we could try to get a runner, and we won't get it, but that's okay. All right, so we got what do we get on that one? We got 625. So that's cool. So again, another what? Almost $20. It's adding up. We are now at just under $250. So yeah, Amy just posted. I've made $1,000 a day doing this. I have too. With the biggest risk of the trade being $35. So if you're really diligent working a range like this, you can really do well. You just have to understand that just because it was a range, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to stay that way. The risk for this to go up is really high. So you don't want to hold out for profits, and scaling in and out around the area you like. This is my target where that low volume is. And so anywhere up here at the highs is a good place to kind of get short, moving back into there where you can see a lot of people want to buy, and they have been, which is it's hard to take profits there. All of that makes sense. That all adds up to exactly what we're seeing. So, okay, let's see. Bar, good morning. Did you mention the trading one account and trade copy to another account? Yeah, I'm actually doing that into 3 accounts right now, Bar, yes. And I explained how I'm doing it. It's back in the recording. I'm using a bridge copier that's running in Ninja. I'm bridging Jigsaw to Ninja, and all of them are running through our Trader Pro, because to do this, they need to be all the same Rhythmic account. I'm using sub accounts of the same Rhythmic account. If you have a multi-broker license, I'm told you can do it across different brokers at the same time. I have not tested that. I just log into whichever Rhythmic account, and then I trade those sub accounts. So yes, right now we're trading 3 accounts. And it's just mirroring the trades. And I've mentioned a couple of times, I sometimes get a tiny bit of slippage, but I have not this. I had a time slippage, but not any dollar slippage at all in this session. Okay, so we are probably, I haven't looked at the time. Yeah, we're 6 minutes from the end of our little scalping fun here, and maybe we'll get another push up to sell into. I'd actually like to be short right here, so I'm going to take one at 52. Of course, I didn't get it. Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. So let's just see if we can grab a $5 bill there to 51. Hopefully it'll push up and I'll get some fills that are better up here and scale into this trade. But even a pullback to 51 is a $5 bill, which becomes a $15 bill instantly. So it's more likely to get 51 and a quarter here than 51, because 3 ticks almost always works and 4 ticks is harder. That's just the nature of ES. I have learned that over the years. And that's gotten more and more true too, as there's more algorithmic trading. The algorithms are really good at taking quick profits. And now it's getting quiet enough. There could be some algorithms playing up here. I wouldn't be shocked at all. Let's see if we can get our 3 or 4 ticks off here. Or add to it the other way. Both of those ideas I'm happy with here. Because, we can maybe keep going up. RTY is at the other end of its range now. Remember I said if that happened, that could certainly get, us to 60 in ES. And that's sort of happening. So I don't want to be too bold here. Again, I'm willing to scale into a few micros, because odds are I can trade the range. But if the range changes suddenly, and it might, we're about to blow the top of it, then, depending on how far it extends into a new range, I could be offsides. Hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions or comments, you can stick them in the chat. It's going directly to me, not everybody, I think, but I'm happy to answer them. So just shoot them to me. I'd love to get another one up here at 54.75 where that order is. It doesn't look like it wants to give it to me, but then 53 would be a beautiful average, because we'd be almost right on it as on any pullback. And that's how I'm thinking. It's that's like $20 of risk I'm thinking. And right now, we're taking $5. Think that way for these types of trades. Not in terms of ticks. You got to let them move around. All right, this is pushing up there's RTY at the top. This could be the below that starts the short squeeze. Let's watch a footprint so we can see it. There we go. We got filled. So now let's see if we can get some profits on a pullback. Wow, that looks like it has some legs. It wants to go. So this could be our short squeeze here. Do we still want that one at 56? Let's not take that one. We'll leave this one on up there. It's got a good spot in line. And let's just watch what happens up here. This could be the beginning of a bigger move. Look at YM and RTY up at the high. But I think I'm going to be able to get out of here with my profits, and I'm about to actually. And we did. Okay. So that's another $7 times 3. Wash, rinse, repeat. I'll take it. All right. Any questions, comments, burning desires? I'm going to wrap this up real soon. We're 3 minutes off the initial balance. This remains a really interesting setup to trade. I really like it. I will continue doing pretty much what I've been doing here. Although I might go for a long here if we really get a good short squeeze. Look at all my 15-second views across the bottom under the domes. They're all set up right at the top of the range, but they've all been making new highs, just barely. So, this either gets absorbed or a whole lot of people are wickedly offsides and we puke up, in which case, 60 in a heartbeat, we could see, 4,700, forget, 4,660. So this has potential for a massive short squeeze. Understand that and understand why. I just explained it. There's been absorption all the way up here, except for a couple of spots as we, broke out. And so there's a lot of, stuff that, could push us even higher. And also bear in mind that we just now cleaned up that weak poor high that I was looking at over here in the TPO view. And now let's look at what the TPO looks like. Not all that orderly. That could be the end of the move, or it could just be consolidating and there's a whole lot of air above us. I mean, look at all that old air up there. So I would not predict the future too aggressively right now, folks. I would pretty much have an open mind about either of those two things being able to happen. And it's all tradable. This is really tradable action because why? The sweeps have died down. It's really behaving. There's a little bit of jitters when it gets to an inflection point, and you got to be aggressive about where, you're taking profits and where you're entering trades. But this is tradable stuff. It really is. I'm going to leave that guy on up there and see if he can get filled. Other than that, I'm not going to do anything here. I wouldn't short this again here because, we departed from the low volume node. It's still going to fill in at some point, but, we're building a new high volume node. And I was trading this high volume node. Remember Vista VWAP? He's still way down there. And that's the POC right there, the magenta. So, this could easily, you could argue it's going up. You could argue it's going down, and you'd be right. Whichever one you were arguing, and that's the point, so play the odds, play the bets. And right now it's really tricky to pick a direction. So I pick them both and just play the extremes. I'd be shorting way up here and I'd probably be buying if that gap filled, but right in here, I'm not willing to stick my neck out. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. That's the bottom of the session. We will call it a day. And remember, it's going to get even quieter the rest of the week. But I like to trade this stuff. So if I'm around and I can do live sessions at closes or whatever, I will. Still getting over whatever I had, flu, COVID, both, don't know. But anyway, so you guys have a good holiday. And if I don't hear from you, and watch out, man, there's stuff going around. It felt like I had the booster shot again overnight. I just, in the middle of the night, just wham. And I hadn't been around anybody. I've been, I live in the middle of nowhere by myself, and, I hadn't had any contact with anybody in 2 weeks. And, I just got slammed pretty badly for a couple of days too. So either the booster worked, or I had the flu and or COVID, then tests are not accurate at the moment. I have not had a positive COVID test, but I haven't had one in a couple of days either. So anyway, with Omicron, I'm hearing, people that are getting sick before they're testing positive, and by the time they test positive, they're already better. And so, very fast incubation. And I've heard that from a lot of friends. Many of my friends that have, in the similar, that are vaccinated and boosted like me and have had the flu shot, have had a similar experience, just 2 or 3 days of feeling like the flu or maybe COVID, and then it goes away. Like what the booster shot felt like. So maybe that's what it is. Anyway, stay healthy, guys. Have a good holidays. Best to you and yours. Don't take huge risks here. This looks like it wants to go up still, so don't be a hero. We'll see you guys later. Let's see, what is it? It's Wednesday. So absent any other sessions, we will have a Sunday reopen, so that might be the next time you hear from me.